Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you're watching from. Today's study, we're looking at the personality of Daniel. I have a lot of respect for Daniel because on all shades, Daniel is so exemplary when you think about how someone could behave when it comes to God, when it comes to politics, when it comes to business or career or your role in society. Daniel is an all-rounder, excellent person. In our study today, we see how there was no fault in Daniel. The Bible says that they could tell that he would do his job so well. He was not negligent. He was not greedy, like he wouldn't take a bribe. He would ignore something he was supposed to do. And he would always do it right. You could just find no fault at all in Daniel. That is so impressive. And I began to ask myself, if I were the one in slavery, in a strange land, amongst a strange people, will I do my job as excellently as Daniel did it? And when we talk about excellence, we have to pay attention to the criteria that was listed out for Daniel. First of all, it said he was trustworthy, he was not corrupt, he was not negligent. Daniel chapter 6 verse 5. Trustworthy means that he could be relied on to do the right thing. You can close your eyes and know that if Daniel was supposed to do 5 letters in a day, Daniel would. If Daniel was supposed to visit 6 districts in a week, Daniel would. They didn't have to supervise him. Without anyone watching, he would do the right thing. They also said he was not corrupt. That means he would not bend the rules to please anybody. He would not bend the rules to get in anybody's favor book. He would not bend the rules to be accepted by even anyone else. And also said he was not negligent. So if he was supposed to do anything, Daniel would do it, whether it is convenient or not. This is such a wonderful work ethic that any one of us should bring into our everyday life. And especially to think about the fact that Daniel was in a country that had done wrong to his own nation. Daniel's people were in captivity, and Daniel had been chosen to serve in the political realm, in the king's rule, but Daniel could still show this excellent work ethic. I want you to think about yourself and your everyday job or even your own business. If we can adopt these 3 qualities by Daniel, I think we will be we'll indeed be walking in faithfulness. If we can show ourselves trustworthy, if we can shun corruption and not be negligent. I think these are also 3 shades of faithfulness when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to business, because it's very easy to ignore this part and just pay attention to how Daniel continued to pray, even though there was a threat over against his life, saying that if anyone prayed to Daniel's God, he'll be thrown in the lions. And I understand, the standing in integrity in the face of a threat. I understand that. And that's, to me, that's like the obvious that any Christian would want to jump at. But even that, we're not even so brave. I mean, if in today's world, we're told that they're going to be a gunshot, you're going to, shoot your head or have your head cut off using a cutlass, or even literally thrown into a lion's den as Daniel was threatened, would we still pray? That's another side of faithfulness, and it's an obvious one, but I didn't want to talk about that because, of course, we already know that we should be faithful to God regardless of the threat. But let's talk about having to serve in a situation that is not fair. Think about your boss owing your fees. Think about late payments. Think about people treating you differently. In a sense, think about racism, right? Because Daniel was in the strange land, and, of course, that's why the people around were kind of envious of him. They felt, oh, well, he probably feels like he knows better. And because they were looking for how to fault his work. That was even how this whole lion's den thing came. They wanted to fault his work, but they didn't find any faults. Because they're like, oh yeah, we cannot find fault when it comes to Daniel's work. Let's actually pay attention to his God. It's only when it concerns his God that we know that we can catch him, because he's not going to do anything. That means that Daniel was so upright. That one was so faithful. And it's a challenge to me personally. If I'm working in a place where the work ethic around that place is not conducive, for the time I will be there, I am challenging myself to demonstrate faithfulness by being trustworthy, doing it when my supervisor isn't looking, by not being corrupt, joining the rest of the people to do what